frying pan with a lid, a spatula, a knife, measuring cups, and measuring spoons. Now I make my millet dry. A lot of people like to make it more like porridge, so if you like that, you're going to have to add more milk. The other thing is that I use such a big pan. You can use a small pan, but I make enough for a few days, so I don't have to make it 2 days in a row. Millet, ginger. Now you can use fresh ginger or powdered ginger. If you're getting a cold, I would use the fresh ginger, just grate it right into the mix. We're going to be making this with water, dates, or whatever dried fruit floats your boat, cinnamon, and then we're going to sweeten it up with maple syrup, or whatever sweetener floats your boat. You could just do it with dates if you like that. I just like a very little bit of maple syrup with it because it's the morning.
Oh, hi darlings. I'm just about to start to make my millet. Now, for those of you who don't know what millet is, this is it. And you're looking at a picture of millet with rice and quinoa. Millet is in the middle. Millet is a gluten-free grain. It's African. And I'm going to show you how to cook it dry. I love oatmeal, not dissing oatmeal at all. But the reality is sometimes I like to have something warm but a little different in the morning. And this gives me a little bit of different texture. Also, I've made a bunch and I can use it actually for a different dish. Let's say I want to replace rice or something like that with a meal. So I can just use the millet instead and it's already cooked and it serves both purposes. I'm going to make it with some cinnamon in it, so it may not work with absolutely everything. I served it to a bunch of people who had never had a dry, hot grain in the morning. And it wasn't porridgey like oatmeal, and they really liked it, and I was really happy because this gave me another texture I can feed people in the morning.
My pan is hot and I'm going to put in the dry millet. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to toast the millet first, and I will turn off the camera so that I can toast it and you guys will just see it as it gets a little bit browner. You will start hearing it pop. You will start seeing things turn a little bit brown and you'll begin to smell. Once it does that, it's pretty much toasted. But what you'll do is every 30 seconds or so, you'll just kind of shake your pan. And if you want to, you can use a spatula and you can turn it over. I just find shaking the pan works fine. Now I know you may not be able to hear it, but I can hear it popping. So I'm shaking and I'm starting to see just a little bit of tan coming on these little kernels. Now it's really all popping and I can see stuff starting to smoke a little bit and things are getting brown, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to turn the heat down to low. Alright, because everything's starting to brown. I don't want anything to burn. Everything's still popping, popping, popping. And now I'm going to add in water and cinnamon and some ginger. You can also put in grated ginger if that's what you'd like. And now I'm just going to stir it and then put a lid on it and let it simmer for 20 minutes. Alright, so I'm making this specifically for breakfast. And I'm going to put in my dates now and give it a stir with it simmering. And now I'm going to put it back on the flame and simmer it for another 15 minutes. I want the grain to be nice and dry, just like when you fluff up rice. Here's my millet, nice and fluffy. Now I'm going to put it in my bowl and then eat it. Yum! Yum! I'm going to take the rest of it. I'm going to put it into individual containers. And tomorrow I can just put it in the microwave and it'll be ready to rock.
Oh, hi. Hi, it's Marty Davey. Millet. Okay, so here's the thing. Millet's been around for thousands of years. People in Africa have been eating it for thousands and thousands of years. But what's really great for people to eat this in the morning is because 1 cup of cooked millet has 6 grams of protein, which means it's a nice little dose of protein in the morning. And if you exercise or whatever you do like that in the morning, if you're exercising, it's a great recovery food, and it's pretty yummy and it's very versatile. So you can have it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, just depending on whatever you're going to add to it. And for people who are over 50, what we want you to have is protein throughout the day, and a millet is an easy way to get that. Okay, here's my millet. I don't need very much sweetener with this. If you really want a fabulous sweetener, you can use date sugar. It's hard for me to get where I live, and it's also really, really expensive.
Oh my god, it's so good. This is so good. Oh, the ginger and the cinnamon and the dates are kind of like all cruised around. Oh my gosh, fabulous. This is really fabulous. And the texture, you could cook it some more. It's not crunchy, you know, like undercooked grains can be crunchy. This is just really yummy, but it has some texture to it. It's soft and light and fluffy. I'm loving this. And the dates are just perfect. If you have the dates in there, taste it before you put anything in it, honestly, because it just may be sweet enough. I love this.